Hey guys, we are live. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm doing yet another emotion code session here. And today we have the pleasure of working with lower shin pains. So it's something a little bit different. We haven't really worked on this before. Excited to see what we can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my person or the person who we're working on today. We're going to get her invited into the group or into the live right now. So let's see. I guess I gotta open this thing here. Um, all right, perfect. There we go. All right, so she has been uh sent her a little thing there. All right. And then we'll just wait until she gets here and then we can get right into this. So just to kind of explain what we're doing here today. So it's very, very pretty much the exact same thing we've been doing for the last month or so. We're going to be doing a live emotion code session working with this shin pain. So what is the emotion code? The emotion code is just it's an energetic healing modality that was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. Um, Basically, the way it is I guess you can kind of compare it to something like Reiki or cranial sacral, something in that field, or BEST or bioenergetic synchronization technique, something like that. And what it is it's a methodology where basically we look at different emotions that we've experienced in our lives. Dr. Bradley Nelson talks about these things called trapped emotions. So these trapped emotions. We go through our lives, and we at different points in our lives we experience different events where we feel almost supercharged emotions. And what I'll do is I'll pull up this little chart here so you can see. So this little chart is the chart we use for emotions. So that chart, it kind of has 60 different emotions on there. So the idea behind the emotion code is in our life we have these different events in our life where we feel one of these emotions at a supercharged rate. So whether it's abandonment, betrayal, depression, frustration, whatever it is. And our body kind of at that particular time, then when we experience that supercharged emotion, it can't process it fully and it actually gets stuck somewhere in our body. So this little ball about the size of a baseball to about the size of a small melon gets stuck somewhere in our body and starts to kind of contribute to different ailments in our body. So whether it's shoulder pain or neck pain or lower shin pain, I'm thinking here. So yesterday, I think or the other day, we worked on some elbow pain and we saw some really crazy results. And today we're hoping to see some even more crazy results. So what the emotion code is we find these trapped emotions. We find out exactly what emotion it is, and we find out about when it occurred in the body or when that occurred in your lifetime. And then we actually use a magnet and we release it. So we actually delete it. And the best way I can kind of describe this is if you imagine this and you imagine I'm kind of holding a credit card. I don't know if you've ever taken a magnet to a credit card or a debit card and you swipe it on that stripe, but when you do that, you actually deactivate the card because you're deleting the information off of it. So that's what we're doing in the emotion code. We're taking you're kind of like the debit card, but we're not going to make you inactive. But what we're doing is we're finding the emotion using something called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. Um, and then by doing that, we find out what the emotion is. Your body starts vibrating in that emotion. And then because we brought it into that, we're basically using this and canceling it out by deleting it with magnetic energy. So it's amazing. It's amazing, amazing work. And you start to see some incredible changes that happen. Elena, are you on the streams right now? If you are, just maybe feel free to type your answer right in there in the comment section there, and we'll have a little dialogue. If not, we can just have a conversation over text message, whatever you're comfortable with. It's not super, super important. Um, but either way, just reply to me on one of them, whichever one it is. Let's see here. Bear with us, folks. Oh, so she commented. All right. Oh, that's weird. For some reason, my other thing doesn't show the. Okay, so she's there, but for whatever reason, um, it doesn't show up on my other thing here. So that's okay. So either way, so thank you so much for joining, Elena. So I'll just join in the other version here. So thank you so much for joining. So we're looking at the situation. We have one thing I forgot to ask. I know I've asked you this before. Let's see here. I know I've asked you this before, Elena. How young are you again? I apologize for uh apologize for asking again. It's been a while. But aside from that, so in the emotion code, basically, so I've already kind of explained what we're doing. So we're basically going to go through. We're going to find these trapped emotions and then kind of see what's going on. And no worries, Elaine. So she's saying that she was switching to a better spot. Um, for future reference here. Okay, 45. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Elena. Awesome. All right. So, and just talking with her a little bit earlier, she's saying that this pain is about a 5 to 6 out of 10. So one of the ways I can kind of describe with how we work with this pain is kind of if you picture like, let's just pretend you have some sort of neck pain. And in this neck pain, that's a good example. Like, let's just pretend that because these are, baseball size or small melon size balls. So let's just pretend that hypothetically you had 6 or 5 or 6 of these different balls around, or maybe even like up to towards 10 of these different baseball sized energies or actual physical balls. Like your neck would be very restricted as far as being able to move. Now with this, it's almost like that pain is significant is signifying that there are all these little balls of energy that are preventing it. So once we start releasing these trapped emotions and these little balls of energy, it's like almost as if by magic, your neck starts to be able to move around again. So very, very amazing stuff. So we're just going to get right into this here. Elena, I know by you being on here, we've worked together, and I'm assuming that I have your permission to be able to start working with you. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take a quick 5 or 10 seconds just to kind of ask for a little prayer and a little help, and everyone else is in this as well. If you want to just kind of send some good positive vibes out there to make sure we get some awesome results, please do so. Other than that, let's just do that, and we'll take 5 or 10 seconds here. Awesome. Okay. So let's get right into this. Okay. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. So this is me actually being able to connect. So what I do is I ask the body a series of yes or no questions because this is a direct communication with my body, and then we actually have the unique ability to put aside our own needs and actually ask questions on behalf of else, because everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Everything is connected. So by Elena giving me permission, it's almost like if you kind of imagine like a little thread coming out of me going to universal consciousness and then going back out to her. Her permission is kind of like the Wi-Fi password in order for me to connect to that. So what I'll be doing is I'll just basically be connecting to her, and I'll be asking her subconscious yes or no questions because it knows exactly what emotions and what ages that these particular little balls of energy were trapped and where they're trapped in the body. And then that way, once we find those out, we can just release them. So I'm just going to ask right now. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Can I be a proxy for Elena? Yes, I can. Okay. So give me a yes, give me no. My name is Elena. My name is Spencer. That's the coolest part. So I'm no longer Spencer because I put my needs aside temporarily, and every single person has the unique ability to do this. So if you're ever, if this is something that you're looking at doing, or maybe you want to try something different or learn how to do this yourself, definitely check it out. It's something that anyone can do. And also on top of that, if you're joining us and you have some friends or whatever that you think could benefit from this kind of work, please just, throw me a like, share it with your friends, because you never know who might need this and who might get some extreme benefit from doing this kind of work. Maybe someone who has chronic back pain, maybe someone who has chronic shoulder pain or anxiety or depression. By you sharing this, that opens the door for other people to be able to see this kind of work and be able to see what is really possible with it. So Without any further ado, I'll just continue to do this. So give me a yes, give me a no. So I can be a proxy for Elena. Yes, I can. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. So my name is Elena. My name is Spencer. My name is Elena. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. Are there any trapped emotions that we can release right now that are contributing to this right side lower shin pain that Elena's got going on, or you've got going on? Give me a yes, give me a no. Is there any trapped emotions there? Yes. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. How many emotions are there that we can release? Is it less than five? Is it more than five? Is it five? Is it six? Is it seven emotions? Okay, let's see. So four, five, six, seven. Okay, good. Okay, so give me a yes, give me no. So this first emotion, what we're going to do is we're basically using this little chart here, and we're going through and we're going to be able to quickly narrow it down. So they made this chart in a very easy flow form, so you can say yes and no. Give me yes, give me no. Is the first emotion in column A? No, it's not. Is it in column B? Yes, it is. Perfect. So then that way it automatically eliminated half of the chart. So now all we have to do is find out what row it's in. So give me yes, give me no. Is it in rows 1 through 3? No. Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5? Okay, so give me yes, give me no. So it's in B5. Give me yes, give me no. Is this trapped emotion inherited? No, it's not. And we'll explain that when we eventually find one. So give me yes, give me no. So it's not inherited. Give me yes, give me no. Is the trapped emotion conflict? Give me yes, give me a no. Is the trapped emotion conflict? Is it creative insecurity? Is it terror? Is it unsupported? Supported. Okay, so we found that the trapped emotion is unsupported, which is basically, I think that's a pretty self-explanatory emotion there. Give me yes, give me no. When did this unsupported get trapped? Give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of? So you're 45 years young. So give me yes, give me no. Was it before age 20? We'll say before age 15. No, age 15, age 16, age 17, age 18. So age 18 and unsupported. I don't know if that makes sense for you, Elena. If it does, feel free to just plop a little thing in the chat there to, if you want, you can either just say yes, it makes sense, or you can say, if you're comfortable, you can say what that could have been. Either way, let us know. So I'm just going to quickly release this here. So what we do is we take this magnet and we run it over what's called the governing meridian. So this meridian here, this is kind of like the debit card strip that I was referring to. We have this thing called the governing meridian, which starts here and goes all the way up our face, over our head, and all the way back down our spine. And this basically is something called an energy channel. It's the main energy channel in our body that ties in with all the other acupressure or acupuncture meridians. Now, if you follow ancient Chinese medicine or kung fu or anything, they talk about qi energy. We have these free-flowing energetic meridians in our body, and when they get blocked, they can actually produce these kinds of challenges in our life. Hence our pain, our mental challenges, blocks from making money, all these different things. So when we use this magnet, we basically are using that thought intention, and we're canceling out. We're deleting that trapped emotion. So we're going to just delete this unsupported there from you. Perfect. Very sudden death in our families in the world. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's see if it works over here. No, it's being weird on my other thing here, so I'll still go back to the Facebook thing. So gotcha. So it makes sense for you then. Perfect. Okay, so give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Did we release that unsupported? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me no. So the second emotion, give me yes, give me no, is it in column A? Is it in column B again? Is it rows 1 through 3 this time? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is it row 3? Okay, so give me yes, give me no. Is this one inherited? No. Is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? Speaking of grief, so grief, so give me yes, give me no. When did this grief get trapped? Give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of 25? Was it 25 to 30? 30 to 35, actually. 30, give me yes, give me no. Is it age 30? Is it age 31? Is it age 32? 33, 34? So age 34 is when this grief came about. Give me yes, give me no. Do we need to know anything else about it? No. Okay, so let's just release this grief at age 34. Give me yes, give me a no. Did we release it? Yes, we did. All right, so third emotion, column A, column B, rows 1 through 3, give me yes, give me no, row 1. Okay, is this one inherited? Yes, it is. Okay, so give me yes, give me no. Is it effort unreceived? Is it heartache? Is it insecurity? Is it overjoy, vulnerability? So it's insecurity. So insecurity I'm pretty sure we're familiar with insecurity, but with regards to inherited trapped emotions, so inherited trapped emotions are a whole other interesting beast. They're basically the same thing as a regular trapped emotion. It's still like a small ball, like the size of a baseball or about the size of a melon, and it's still lodged somewhere in our body. But the unique thing with inherited emotions is you can actually get these emotions um, from your almost like a gene. Like at the moment that you were conceived, you actually your family or gene wise you've got this trapped emotion. And the cool thing is that when or the interesting thing is this emotion is actually a shared energy that is shared between everyone else that's ever had it. So everyone up the chain, and if you have any kids or anything, it actually shares it. Potentially if you transfer it to them, as soon as you release it from you, you're releasing it from everyone in the chain, and this can go back for generations and generations and generations. So this is some incredibly powerful work. And the further back it goes, um, the more intense the emotion can get. So I don't know if insecurity is something that you find that yourself falling into a lot, Elena, but this could be a reason why if that's the case. And by us finding it, like I already know the answer to that, but I just kind of want to clarify or um, confirm, I guess. So let's see. So this one is inherited from. Let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Was this inherited from mom? Was this inherited from dad? Okay. So give me yes, give me a no. Is it inherited from dad? Does it multiple? Is it more than 5 generations? Give me yes, give me no. More than 5 generations? Is it more than 10 generations? Is it five? Is it six? Or is it seven? Is it 8 generations? 8 G's. And she says yes. Okay, so that's confirmed. And hey, that's okay. Like we all have different insecurities for different things, and but I mean, if that's something that you tend to fall into more often, this should help with that a little bit, at least, because it is a natural emotion we feel, but because you have this inherited emotion of insecurity, it might be something a little bit easier to fall into, which is fine. So now we're able to know about it and we can release it not only from you but from everyone who's ever had it. So that's great. So give me a yes, give me a no. So it's 8 generations. So you got this from your dad? Did he get this from his dad? Yes. Okay. Give me a yes, give me a no. Did he get this from his dad? No. His mom? Yes, give me a no. Did she get this from her mom? Her dad? Give me a yes, give me a no. Did he get this from his dad? Yes. Okay. Is that the pattern? Is it basically two males and one female? Is that how that goes? Okay. Oh, one, two, three. Okay. Did I go too far? One, two. Okay. No, that's exactly it right there, I think. Math. Okay. So give me a yes, give me a no. Is that as far back as it goes? Do we need to know give me a yes, give me a no. Do we need to know anything else about it? No. Okay. Can I release it? Okay. Yes, I can. So basically, we release it the exact same way, except instead of doing 3 swipes, which is the normal thing, I usually do more just for fun. But we just do 10 swipes. It's a little bit more work, but we're also releasing it from everyone else that's ever had that. So let's see. So let's just release this trapped inherited emotion of insecurity. Perfect. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. Did we release that insecurity? Yes, we did. Give me a yes, give me a no. So this fourth emotion, um, fourth emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5? Give me a, so it's B5 again. Give me a yes, give me a no. Is this inherited? Is it conflict? Is it creative insecurity? Is it terror? Is it unsupported? Is it wishy-washy? Wishy-washy? Yeah. Okay. So wishy-washy, that the way to describe that feeling, it's or this emotion, it's the feeling of like you're doing something out of character, you're doing something without a backbone, or you're not standing for something. That's basically what wishy-washy would be referring to. So let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. When did this wishy-washiness get trapped? Give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before age 20, before age 15? Give me a yes, give me no. Before age 20, before age 15, age 15, age 16. Age 16. Need to know anything else about it? No. Okay, let's release this wishy-washy. Give me yes, give me no. Did we release that wishy-washy? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me no. So the fifth emotion, column A, rows 1 through 3. Is it row 1? Is it row 2? So A2, give me yes, give me no. Is this inherited? No, it's not. Is it anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? Is it nervousness? Is it worry? It's nervousness. And give me yes, give me no. When did this nervousness get trapped? Was it before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10? Give me yes, give me yes, give me a no. Was it before age 15, before age 10, age 11, age 12, age 13? Age 13 for that guy. Do we need to know anything else about that nervousness? No. Okay, so can I release it? Yes, I can. Good. Let's release this nervousness at age 13. Give me a yes, give me a no. Did we release that nervousness? Yes, we did. Give me a yes, give me a no. So the sixth emotion. Is it in column A? Yes, it is. Give me a yes, give me a no. Is it rows 1 through 3, 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Give me a yes, give me a no. Is this inherited? No, it's not. Is it anger? Is it bitterness? Is it guilt? Is it hatred? Is it resentment, actually? And when did this resentment get trapped? So resentment is like ill feelings towards something or someone in the past kind of thing. Um, Give me yes, give me no. Before age 25, before age 20, before age 15, before age, give me yes, before age 20, before age 15, age 16, age 17. Okay. When did this or do we need to know anything else about this resentment? No. So let's just release this resentment here. Did we release that resentment? Yes, we did. Good. Give me yes, give me a no. Seventh emotion. Is it in column A, column B, rows 1 through 3, 4 through 6, row 4? Is it row 5 again? Okay, so give me a no. So B5 again. Give me yes, give me a no. Is this one inherited? Give me yes, give me a no. Is this one what is going on? Give me yes, give me a no. Is this inherited? No. Is it conflict? Give me yes, give me a no. Is it conflict? Is it creative insecurity? Is it terror? Terror. That one was jumping out at me for a while now, and I was wondering when we were going to come back to that. Give me yes, give me a no. When did this terror get trapped? Give me yes, give me a no. Was it before the age, give me yes, give me a no, before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 15, before the age of 10, age 11? So age 11 is when that got trapped there. Okay, so give me yes, give me a no. Do we need to know anything else about that terror? No. Okay, so let's release this terror here. Boom. Okay, so give me yes, give me a no. Did we release that terror? Yes. Awesome. Cool. All right. So let's ask. Give me yes, give me a no. Are there any other trapped emotions we can release right now contributing to that right side lower shin pain? No. Okay. Perfect. So, Elena, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to stand up and kind of, as per usual, kind of stand up, maybe walk around 15, 20, maybe 25 steps. And then once you're done walking around, just check in with that pain, see how it's doing right now, and see if it's changed at all, if it's the same or if it's changed. What I'll do in the meantime is I'll just check and see if there's hidden trapped emotions. So, hidden trapped emotions, they're basically the exact same thing as regular trapped emotions. It's just the difference is we ask if it's hidden or not. Sometimes the subconscious thinks it's being sneaky, and all we have to do is ask the question, is it hidden? And then it's like, okay, fine, here's the trapped emotions. So let's find out. Yes, give me no. Are there any hidden trapped emotions contributing to this challenge? Yes. Okay, so give me yes, give me no. Is it give me yes, give me no. Is it less than 5? Is it 1 emotion? Is it 2 emotions? Is it 3 emotions? Is it 4 emotions? Okay. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all right, then I'll just wait until well, I'll find the first emotion. Give me yes, give me no. So the first emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? This means no. Is this one inherited? No, it's not. Is it effort unreceived? Heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability, effort unreceived. Feels a little bit wobbly while you walk. Okay. Is it still the same pain level, or how does that go on? Is it the exact same? Like, does it feel different? Or obviously it feels a little bit different if you're gonna say that. Is it still like a 5 to 6 out of 10 as far as that inner pain? Interesting. Okay, so she says it's just because for whatever reason my software is being weird and it's not letting me display the comments. So she says the pain does seem to be more at a 3 right now, but my skin seems much more sensitive. Interesting. Okay, so the pain's a little bit down, but it seems like maybe a little bit more tender. You can definitely sense that there's things moving around, things are shifting. So that's cool. Um, Perfect. Okay, so we've seen a little bit of a change, which is great. So now I'm just going to continue to work through and find these hidden trapped emotions. So we found the first one of effort unreceived. So if anyone's wondering what effort unreceived is, that's basically the feeling of like, why did I even bother? Like, what was the point of that effort? Right? I'm sure we've all had experiences like that. So let's see when that got trapped. Give me yes, give me no. So this hidden emotion of effort unreceived, yes, give me yes, give me no. Is it did it get trapped before age 25, before age 20, before age 15, before age 15, age 16, age 17, age 18, age 19? We're hitting your mid to high teens here. Give me yes, give me no. Do we need to know anything else about that effort unreceived? No. Okay. So let's just release this effort unreceived here. Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Did we release that effort unreceived? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me no. So the second emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is it row 3? Yes, give me a no. Is this one inherited? No. Is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? Is it self-abuse? Okay. Self-abuse could be self-inflicted as far as like physical harm, but most of the time what self-abuse shows up as is a lot of negative self-talk or a lot of like being really hard on yourself, if that makes sense. So let's find out when this self-abuse got trapped. Give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of 25, before the age of 20, age 20, age 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? Okay, so age 25. Um, give me yes, give me a no. Do we need to know anything else about it? No. Okay. So let's release this self-abuse. Give me yes, give me a no. Did we release that self-abuse? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me no. So the third emotion, is it in column is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Give me yes, give me no. Is this inherited? No. Is it abandonment? Is it betrayal? Forlorn, lost, love unreceived, abandonment? Okay, so give me yes, give me no. When did this abandonment get trapped? Was it before the age of 15? Yes, before age 15, before age 10, before age 5, before birth. Okay, interesting. Give me yes, give me no. Was this a prenatal? Okay, so give me yes, give me no. Is it first trimester, second trimester, third trimester? Okay, so third trimester, and so the other interesting thing with trapped emotions is that they can also be not only can they be like kind of passed down generationally, or you create them yourself, but what can happen is someone else can actually feel an emotion, and you can actually absorb that, and they're actually a lot more. You're actually a lot more prone to receiving these trapped emotions, especially if your mom or something was going through an intense pregnancy or something like that, and you were still in the womb, which is kind of what's going on here. Plus, I mean, pregnancy is a whole up and down of emotions, anyways, because your hormones and everything are just going crazy. So there's a lot of room for trapped emotions to be created there. So I don't know what's going on, what happened with your mom around. I'm assuming. Let me give me ask me now. Was this absorbed from your mother? Yes. So I don't know, if anything was going on around your your pregnancy there, or her pregnancy with you, where maybe she felt like she was abandoned by like someone and someone wasn't around, and it could have been anything, right? It could have been someone actually leaving, it could be someone that wasn't able to be somewhere when they needed her. Um yeah, she says, funny that time has come up a few times in our sessions. Yeah, honestly, like the third trimester is usually the most, if it's going to be a prenatal emotion, it's usually the most common. Just because I think at that point you're developed a little bit more, you're not so small in there anymore. But plus, I've sometimes the third trimester is a little bit more of the rockier stages. So um, I'm not sure exactly why the third trimester shows up the most, but yeah. So the interesting thing. So let's see. So give me yes, give me no. Do you need to know anything else about that abandonment? No. Okay. So let's just release this abandonment from you. Give me yes, give me a no. Did we release that abandonment? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me a no. So the fourth emotion, is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Give me yes, give me no. Is this one inherited? No. Is it anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? Okay. Disgust. Give me yes, give me a no. Um, was it before the age of 20? Give me yes, give me no. Before age 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45. Okay, so 40. Give me a no. Is it 40, 41, 42, 43? Actually, pretty recently, around age 43. I don't know if that makes sense for you there, but let's see. Do we need to know anything else about this? No. Okay, so let's just release this disgust at age 43. Did we release that disgust? Yes. Give me yes, give me no. Okay, so we released it. Are there any other hidden trapped emotions we can release right now contributing to that right side lower shin pain? No. Okay. Are there psychic traumas? Yes. Is it more than one psychic trauma? There is. Okay, so give me yes, give me no. How many psychic traumas are there? Is it less than five? Okay. Is it one? Is it two? Is it three psychic traumas actually? Wow. Okay. Um, so if you want to, Elena, if you want to just kind of stand up, maybe walk around a little bit again. No? Question mark? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, okay, that's totally fine. Because sometimes things the subconscious is a funny thing. Sometimes you remember things, sometimes you don't. So, and you might find that it actually might pop into your head within an hour, a couple hours, and maybe even tomorrow, maybe in the shower. I don't know. It's the cool thing is it's not super necessary to know exactly what the event is, but um, we just need to bring enough of it to consciousness to be able to release it. So the trilogy. Oh, too funny. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to just take a couple of minutes to or a couple of minutes, a couple of steps around there, maybe like 15, 20 steps, see how you're doing with all that there. See how your shin's doing. And then if you just want to throw a number in there. And in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll explain what a psychic trauma is. So a psychic trauma, once again, it's very, very similar to a trapped emotion. It basically is a trapped emotion, but instead of having an event where it was just one emotion that you were feeling, these particular events, you actually feel two or three different emotions simultaneously and overload the system, and they get trapped in a similar fashion of a ball, but they kind of combine frequencies into a different frequency. So if you were to ask your body, is there a trapped emotion? It says, well, no, there isn't. If you say, oh, well, is it, let's just say it's a combination between crying and discouragement. And it's like, well, is it crying? And the body's like, well, no. Is it discouragement? Well, no. But then if you ask it's a psychic trauma of the combination of the two, the body says yes. So that's kind of what we're going for here. Um, yeah. So how does your leg feel right now, Elena? Is it still exactly the same? Is it a little bit lower? Still exactly kind of hovering around that 3 area that we were at before? Forgot to put that there. All right, and then we'll just get right into this. So give me a yes, give me a no. So this first psychic trauma, is it just 2 emotions? Yes. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. Can we find the emotions? Yes, we can. So give me a yes, give me a no. So the first emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is it row 3? So B3 again. Okay, so give me a yes, give me a no. Is this one, is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? Is it self-abuse? It's confusion. Okay, give me a yes, give me a no. So the second emotion, is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5? Give me a no, so it's row 5. Give me a yes, give me a no. Is this second emotion, is it blaming? Is it dread? So confusion and dread. And when did this so okay, so you're saying so it's still the same, but then the skin is less sensitive, so that's cool. We're still noticing a little bit of a shift there. Um, clicks when I move it now. Okay, so interesting. So we'll see what we can do for this. Maybe these psychic traumas will take care of that. So let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. So this first psychic trauma, when did it occur? Of confusion and dread. Was it before the age of 20? Give me yes, give me no. Before the age of 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 35, 36, 37. So age 37 and confusion and dread. Don't know if that makes sense for you. Give me yes, give me no. Do we need to know anything else about it? Can I release it? Yes, I can. Okay. So let's release this confusion and dread psychic trauma. Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Did we release that? Yes, we did. Yes, give me a no. So the second psychic trauma, give me a yes, give me a no. Is it just 2 emotions? Is it 3? No, just 2. Can we find the emotions? Yes, we can. Okay, so is the first emotion in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? So is it anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? Is it nervousness? Is it worry? Okay. Worry plus, give me a yes, give me a no. The second emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is this one, oh, is this whole, psychic trauma, is it inherited? No. Okay, so it's B2. Is it failure? Is it helplessness? Is it hopelessness? So basically, like being devoid of hope and like a situation or something isn't going to change. So that's basically what that is. Give me a yes, give me a no. When did this psychic trauma get trapped? Was it before the age of 25? Was it between 25 and 30, 30 and 35, 35 and 40, 40 and 45? Okay, so give me a yes, no. Was it 40, age 41, age 42, age 43, 44, age 44? So it's age 44, 45, 44. Okay, so it's once again relatively recent. Do we need to know anything else about that? No. Okay, so let's just release this worry and hopelessness psychic trauma. Did we release that? Yes, we did. Give me yes, give me no. So the third emotion, is it in column A? Okay, or sorry, give me yes, give me no. Is the third psychic trauma, is it just two emotions? Is it three emotions? No, it's just two. Can we find them? Yes, it can. Okay, so give me yes, give me no. So the first emotion of the third psychic trauma, is it in column A? Yes, it is. Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Yes, you know. Is it row 4? Is it row 5 again? So A5, give me yes, give me no. Is this whole psychic trauma, is it inherited? No. Is the first emotion, is it blaming? Is it dread? Is it fear? Horror? Peeved? Fear? When did this, or sorry, the second emotion, is it in column A, column B, rows 1 through 3, row 1, row 2, row 3 again? So B3, wow, lots of stuff in B3. Is this one confusion? Is it defensiveness? When did this psychic trauma get trapped? Was it before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10, before the age of, before the age of 5, before birth? No. Age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4. Okay, so age 4, give me yes, give me no. Was this actually your psychic trauma? Yes, it was. So I don't know if you know what happened around age 4. Um, Maybe, being fearful and defensiveness could happen. I could definitely see that, especially for a kid. Um, do we need to know anything else about it before we release it? No. Okay. So let's release this fear and defensiveness there. Give me a yes, give me a no. Did we release that fear and defense, or did we release that psychic trauma? Yes. Okay. Sorry for give me a yes, give me a no. Are there any other psychic traumas that we can release right now that are contributing to the pain in your right lower shin pain? Is there anything else we can release with that right now? Any other psychic traumas? Is there anything else we can do with that particular thing right now? Okay. Okay. So now I'm just going to get you to stand up and walk around again. See how everything feels there. Walk around, I would say maybe around 10, 15 steps. And then we'll see where you're at. Let me just ask. Okay. But other than that, let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Can we still continue to work with Elena right now? Is she done? Is she cooked? Okay, done like dinner. Okay, so that's the end of session. And yeah, so that's basically what an emotion code session is. So thanks so much for tuning in. This is so cool. But I'm really excited to see where that pain is now, because we were at least able to reduce it by about half, and then I'm excited to see where it's sitting right now. So let's just wait and see what Elena is at. And then maybe, well, I asked if we could work on it still, but maybe it's at a point where we can maybe check in with those clicks as well. But yeah, check and see where that's at. That's amazing. Okay, cool. So she says, so after releasing these psychic traumas, and this is the power of trapped emotions, psychic traumas, hidden emotions, whatever. She's saying, "Kind of feels warm inside, and the pain is a 0 to a 1." So that's amazing. So we brought it from a 5 to a 6 down to a 0 to 1 or a point 0.5, if you will. And is it still clicking? Just to be curious, is it still doing that weird clicking thing you were talking about? Is it still being weird and funky? Oof, speaking of being weird and funky, cracking my knuckles there. Um, I know there's a little bit of delay with the video here, so that definitely could be why it's taking a little bit longer. But but there you have it, guys. So like that right there is an emotion code session, and it's just a clear example of what we can do for someone who has physical pain. So cool. Like, and thank you so much, Elena, for being part. I keep looking over here because I see you're on my screen over here, but thank you so much, Elena, for being part of this. It's been an absolute pleasure. And there's we go. She also says that there's no clicking anymore, so that's great. So we were able to take it from a 6 down to a 1 or a 0, which is amazing. And then what happens is in the emotion code is there's always a treatment time, and then there's a healing time. So um, you know, the, sometimes if there's that little tiny little bit, but we're basically just releasing these energetic imbalances that are preventing your body from doing its natural job of healing itself. Because when you get a cut, your body just heals itself. But if for whatever reason, if it's not doing that properly, if something's not right, then there's something energetically blocking it, whether it's interference, a trapped emotion, it's all the same stuff. There's some sort of interference there. So thank you so she says so amazing to me every time. That's it. Thank you so much. I know it's this is crazy stuff. And like honestly, if I if I didn't do this work and see the results, I would think I was absolutely bonkers. But this is so cool because like you're also in Victoria, but it's not like you're sitting here in the room with me and I'm not doing muscle tests on your arm. I'm just using muscle testing this way. So it's amazing. If you're considering, if you're maybe thinking you're in COVID right now and you're thinking that maybe you want to try something else that where you can do distance healing and really help people out, drop a comment, let me know. Maybe we can see if we can get you certified or anything like that. But other than that, anyone who checks this out, please, please, please share this with your friends so that they can see what this work is and what it's all about and how it can really help them and benefit them. Because that's really what my mission is I really want to help as many people as I can with this. So please, please, please share this with your friends and give the gift of healing. Aside from that, once again, thank you so much for being on here, Elena. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.